tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters. Well, we got some breaking news late into this video. This was supposed to be a Drew Allar Steelers fan reaction video, yada, 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 but there's no way this just happened and I'm not going to throw it into this video. Of course, the 4th through the 7th round of the NFL draft is going on right now, and the New York Jets have just picked Cade Klubnik, quarterback, Clemson, and they traded up to do so. Interesting. By the way, one of the most baffling things in the history of the planet is why Garrett Nussmeier is still on the board. I don't get it. I mean, I actually had him slightly ahead of Carson Beck. But Cade Klubnik is interesting. And he's interesting because of what the hell happened between 2024 and 2025. I remember when Todd McShay released his top quarterback board before the season, Cade Klubnik was number 1 overall on his board. And then you see this right in front of me. Plays in 2 less games, throws for basically 700 less yards last year, and 20 less touchdowns than the year before. In 2024, Cade Klubnik threw for 3,600 yards and 36 touchdowns. Last year, 16. 16-6. Now, does he check some boxes? Yeah. 49 games played. 64% completion. I'd like to see 1% higher, but that's fine. And basically a 3-to-1 touchdown to interception ratio. So you can kind of understand he's not a small guy. He's got a little bit of mobility, folks. 17 career rushing touchdowns. 878 yards rushing at Clemson. So it's going to be interesting. Clemson is one of the odder schools of late because it's like, what has happened with Dabo in that program? I just don't get it. But I wanted to sneak this in here. Do I hate the pick? No. Do I love the pick? No. But do I understand why they would give him a shot over Garrett Nussmeier? No. Fudge, no. Do I understand why the Steelers would give Drew Allar a shot over Garrett Nussmeier? Not really. And it's kind of strange. I wonder if we are going to find out that Nuss has a different injury. Like we found out McCoy, the cornerback, which was a top 15 talent, we found out he may now need another knee procedure. He was taken with the first pick by the Raiders to open the 4th round today. It makes me wonder, is something wrong with Garrett? I don't know. Because Mike McCarthy was very familiar with him. And I honestly thought the Steelers had a real shot to take Garrett. They took Drew Allar. Obviously, the Penn State connection up there in Pennsylvania, I kind of understand that. Monster arm. Great size for an NFL quarterback. No doubt. I get that. I absolutely get that. He does check some of my other boxes, 45 games played, 63% completion. Another 3-to-1 touchdown, more than a 3-to-1 touchdown interception ratio. He was injured this past season. All right. He also had 12 rushing touchdowns in his career. So I can't hate the pick. I just don't know that I love it because I can't love it because I got Garrett Nussmeier ranked ahead of him. And he's still sitting on the board, and there's got to be something I don't know. It's got to be something that NFL teams that maybe it hadn't come out yet. I don't know. I really don't. But there was a lot of reaction to Drew Allar getting picked. Pittsburgh fans are like, what the F? Pickensburg, what the F? Andrew Filipponi said on August 16th of 2025, if the Steelers draft Drew Allar in 250 days, I think I'll quit my job. This dude said, time to quit, Pony Express. The only problem is technically he went on day 251. So does that give him an out? I don't know. Bro couldn't beat Oregon at home, but yeah, he'll do great against out-division opponents. What a waste of a pick. He's got a cannon. Now, here's the thing. I like Will Howard more. I like Will Howard a lot, actually. I do, and I'm a Michigan fan, and I like Will Howard a lot. I think Will Howard's got some sneaky. He's huge, and he's got a big arm, and he's mobile. At what point does that kid get a chance? Unless behind the scenes, he has just royally shit the bed, and none of us know it. This was a great pick. You'll see he had terrible coaching in college. There is some question about scheme in college and whether or not that was a great fit. I don't know. It's crazy. The most inconsistent quarterback with bad accuracy, and we pick him. Not to mention he had a horrible injury this past season. Wow. It's nice to know I'd be qualified to be an NFL GM. Another Kenny Pickett? No. No, he's not another Kenny Pickett. Kenny Pickett's got a noodle-ass arm. He's got a weak arm. Drew Allar's got a mother effing cannon. Like, Drew Allar will probably have a top 8 arm in the entire league. Maybe a top 5 arm. I mean, he's got a sniper rifle, 50 cal. He got him a 50 cal on that shoulder. He's got a little bit of a perception issue. Like, if your running back is running a wheel route and he's running away from the quarterback, like, there's documented cases of him just missing passes like that, and it's been sort of like a baffling kind of situation. I don't quite understand it. Looks like we found Wonka's 5th golden ticket. At least y'all didn't get Carson Beck, right? I don't know. What a wasted pick. You already have an infinitely better quarterback in Will Howard. In case you're wondering, is this going to affect Aaron Rodgers? No. Quote, I don't believe that has any impact on Aaron. Quarterbacks coach Tom Arts said Friday via Brooke Pryor of ESPN. Certainly, we're here for Drew and excited about this moment, excited to have him in the room. So Mike McCarthy said, hey, let's just take a chance on a guy. I don't hate it because of his arm. I just had a clearly much better quarterback in my opinion, that was available at the time. Now, I want to say, okay, well, the connection, they've watched him play Penn State, blah, 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 blah. I get that. Some are going to say, well, AFC North, big arm. I get that. Elements, blah, blah, blah. Weather, blah, blah, blah. But I don't know why I've said blah, blah, blah like 500 times. But Garrett's got a good arm too. So I don't know what the hell's going on there. I don't know if he's secretly got a degenerative knee or what the hell's happened. I don't hate it, but I don't love it by the Steelers. I don't. You know? So I kind of understand it from one side, and then the other side, I'm like, what are you doing? Number one, should you have really drafted a quarterback? Okay, maybe, yeah, I do believe some teams that can't seem to find quarterbacks should take a quarterback every single year. I've even advocated for teams taking 2 in 1 year. 1 in the 2nd round, 1 in the 7th. You know, 1 in the 2nd round, 1 in the 6th. These teams that can't seem to hit, my God, eventually you've got to stumble into a Tony Romo, Brock Purdy, Dak Prescott, Kirk Cousins. I mean, surely if you throw enough irons in the fire, but the NFL has got a major issue. I brought this up before with developing quarterbacks. I believe guys have washed out of the league that probably could have been good starters, and the teams never were. They could not identify it and give that quarterback enough reps to develop. Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.